Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another Sakura game. That's right, another one was released. But it's not on Steam at all, which is a little bit surprising. However, I've seen another Sakura game appearing already on Steam as well. But yeah, only the game page for now. But yeah, we have Sakura Apprentice. It's available on Unorthodox.net, link in the description as per usual. $5 if I remember correctly? I think it was $5. Let's begin! I never really wanted to be a knight. Alright, so we are set up in this universe again, with knights and so on. That's good, that's good. Because Wing Cloud is good with that universe. I'm not particularly brave and I've had no formal training when it comes to wielding a sword. I'm just a regular boy born to a poor family. I spent my humble childhood milking cows and birthing sheep. I was used to the sight of blood and gore, yes, but it was on a far smaller scale than that of the battlefields. When I got older, however, I finally realized how hard my mom and dad worked to support me. They drowned themselves ragged on their little farms so they could keep a roof over my head and put food on the table. They'd worked hard for me all their lives, so I decided to return the favor. I want to get a good job and earn enough money to keep them safe into their old age. Don't we all? But with my lowly education, there was little I could do. I couldn't become a scholar, or a merchant, or a theologian. The only thing I could conceivably do, other than work on my parents' farm until my dying days, was move to the capital and become a knight. So that's what I did. I scraped together my meager savings and bought a sword and some armor. Then I went to the capital to seek my fortune. It's a pretty common story across the land of Elodia. Most young people that serve in the army do it. Not because they love their country, but because of the promise of gold. Particularly promising knights can ascend through the ranks to become generals, or even bodyguards to Princess Lily herself. My ambitions weren't so great, though. I knew when it came to swordsmanship, I was nothing special. It was a miracle I was admitted to the army in the first place. Compared to some, my dreams are rather unambitious. I only want to then make enough money to help my parents. That's all. One more thing and I've already achieved my goal. I don't want anything else, but life has a way of surprising us. And surprise me, it does. Ooh, hello.
So, Riven, do you know why I've called you to my office?
Doesn't matter? I have no idea, miss. I shift anxiously from food to food. If I've done anything to displease you, I apologize. I've only been here a month and I have yet to fight in any real battles. I'm young and inexperienced, so I hope you can forgive me for my follies. I work hard to better myself in the future.
What? No, you don't need to apologize.
Alma stares at me from across her wooden desk, evidently flustered. She looks just as convinced as I feel, which is rare for Alma. I've only been in the army for a month, and I said this 3 times already, but I know Alma is a stern, serious kind of woman. Nice. Of course I'd heard of Alma before I enlisted in the Elodian army. I think everybody has. She's a war hero herself, almost on the same level as the renowned Freyja Askertil. Alma's fought in numerous battles, and she's defeated thousands of enemies. Her soldiers died red with the blood of Elodia's foes. She's accomplished a lot in her life, and she's only 27! 1 year older than me. Truly, Alma is a force to be reckoned with. Is it any surprise I'm so afraid of her? Why would you? You are on her side. Right? Why did you summon me to her office anyway? I'm sure she wants to scold me. I can see it in her eyes. Alma does not look happy. Not that she ever does, but... What did I do? I can remember breaking particular rules, but Alma's walking compendium, and she can recite all 239 of Elodia's laws off the top of her head. How? It seems inevitable that I'm going to be pilloried for some minor infarction or other, but...
Last evening, you were training with your regiment on the field, were you not?
That's right. You were there too, miss.
I know, but I just wanted to double check if she did mean you. I may be your supervising officer, but I can't see what's so special about you. You're just a new recruit, silhouette behind the ears. You can hardly be called a real knight, so... What in the world does she see in you? You might be cute, but there's no reason to steal you from me.
Whoa!
Why does she never let me have what I want?
Huh? I beg your pardon, miss?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. I was just talking to myself.
Alma clears her throat, then directs her piercing gaze at me.
You may not have been aware, but I wasn't the only person supervising your training session yesterday.
You weren't.
No, somebody else was there too. Somebody you may be familiar with. Everybody in Elodia adores her, and doesn't she know it? She never fails to flout her superiority in my face.
Okay, now I'm seriously confused. I look at Alma, head tilted to one side, and say, Who do you mean, miss?
Freyja, of course.
Freyja? The mere mention of that name is enough to make me gasp. My eyes bulge out my head, and my heart hammers inside my chest. You aren't referring to Freyja Askartil, the ace of the Elodian army, are you?
So you have heard of her. Well, of course you have. What I expect. Everybody knows her.
Alma sighs and leans back in her chair, one leg folded over the other. Am I the only one actually getting distracted by the fact how the hell is that freaking armor made? And wait.
Yes, I'm talking about Freyja Askartil. Who else?
So she was watching me train yesterday, but why? What's so special about my regiment? I mean, we're all new recruits. Besides, I thought Freyja wasn't serving in the Elodian army right now. I heard she was taking time off because of an injury.
She is injured alright, but not physically. Her problems are all of the mental variety.
I beg your pardon?
Never mind, disregard that. And as for why Freyja was watching your training session last night, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know why. She was there, but she seems to have taken liking to you.
She has.
Heaven only knows why. She didn't explain. She only said after the training session had concluded, I want that boy.
Huh? But why?
I know why. I already said that much. Really, that woman is a pain. She might be a great knight, but she doesn't care tuppence about anybody but herself. She does whatever she wants, whenever she wants, regardless of how many promises it will make. Signing your papers was a logical nightmare, especially when you've been here just shy of a month.
Huh?
I was up all night trying to sort this transfer out, not that Freyja cares. There are bugs under my eyes. Look at how much my hands are shaking.
Well, you still look amazingly astonishing. Alma holds up her hands for my examination. True to her words, they are trembling, but then again, so is the rest of her office. Huh? In my confused excitement, everything seems to be shifting around me, like some kind of dream. Excuse me, but what do you mean? What transfer?
Isn't it obvious?
Alma sighs.
Freyja likes you. And what Freyja likes, Freyja gets. I've granted you leave from the Elodian army for 6 months. During this time, you'll be staying with Freyja in Durdal. There, Freyja will mold you into a knight that the Elodian army can be proud of.
So, Freyja's going to train me on her own? 1-to-1?
That's what she said.
But she's never trained anybody before. And she wants me to stay with her in Durdal. That's her private home deep in the forest. I thought Freyja was meant to be a recluse. I don't know if anybody's been there before other than her.
I haven't. That's what makes this so unusual. But Freyja is nothing if not eccentric, and she loves to keep us on our toes. Personally, I think the Elden army should cut ties with her. She's bad news, plain and simple.
Ooh. I might be interested in her then.
But I'm not important enough to make the rules.
Another sigh.
Now, I've had the courage to take you to Durdle this evening. It's best pack your bags and say your goodbyes. You won't be coming back here for a while. Freyja will train you harshly, I imagine.
On the other hand, I would love to stay with her.
But try to bear it as best as you can. As much as I dislike her, even I can admit she's a skilled knight. With her as your mentor, you'll become a strong knight in no time. You just need to obey her every command.
Oh, now that I think about it, this is on Utaku. This is definitely not censored, so I will need to censor it again. Anyway. And so, that's how I ended up in Freyja's castle, in her private home buried deep within the forest. I never thought something like this. Wait, did the text box just change the color a little bit? I never thought something like this would happen when I first enrolled in the army. It almost feels like something from a dream. At least that's what I initially thought, in my innocence and inexperience. But now, after leaving Freyja Askertil for a week, I begin to wonder if this isn't some kind of nightmare instead. Freyja might be a noble knight, but she's every bit as eccentric as Alma warned me, if not more. Her training, well, if it can be called that, is a continued test of my resolve. And I don't know if I can keep on going. This is all way too much for me to handle. If only she learned to keep her hands to herself. Whoa. Holy crap. Okay.
My, Riven, you're quite energetic. For it's so early in the morning, I'm impressed with your vigor.
I guess with Freyja rubs her boobs against my crotch. She's working like this every day for the last week, and I'm still not used to it. I mean, that's good, right? I mean, if you got used to this, it wouldn't be as exciting, I think. I'd never been intimate with any woman before I came to stay with Freyja. Never mind, I was too busy helping my parents on their farm. Then, when I enrolled in the army, I had to train for hours every day, hoping to prove my mettle. There were a few women in the army. I had my own, of course, and Alma herself was a beauty. But those women were all high-ranking knights. They were serious, sober, and hard-headed, who fought and killed without any hesitation. They were too busy working to pay me any heed. And even if they had been interested in me, I know they wouldn't have done anything. It wouldn't have been appropriate, not in the army. The knights of the Imperial Army are forbidden from engaging in intimate relationships with one another. Wow, this army sucks, man. I would go to other countries. Some of the men see prostitutes, but even that's frowned upon. Why? Anyway, in Elodia, sex is a subject of shame and embarrassment.
What?
Particularly among the elite.
What kind of crazy country is that?
Freyja, however, has no such inhibitions. Yes. Alright. That's good. I mean, I think. I've never met a woman like her before. Awesome. Her body's amazing, but why? Her brain is completely incomprehensible. I hiss between clenched teeth, my body slick with sweat. Why do you always do this?
Oh, don't you remember, Riven?
Freyja grins, vixen-like, as she messages me through my underwear.
This is all part of your training.
I don't remember doing any training like this in the army.
Well, you wouldn't. There are sticklers for the loose there, and that Alma is the worst. She's such a boring, tedious shrew of a woman.
Is she now? Or I feel like she's just afraid to show her true colors. Anyway,
if you kept training under her betty eyes, she'd destroy what makes you special. I knew I had to rescue from that place before we were ruined for good. Now I'm going to push your body to its limits. And in doing so, I'll make you stronger than you can imagine. First, however, you need to trust me.
But this, I pause again, feel my cheeks turning red, and I hate myself for it. I don't see how this is supposed to help.
Maybe not now, but you will.
You will, really, Lynx? Really?
But you will in time. Now just relax. Let your new supervisor take care of everything. I won't bite, I promise. That is.
Freyja's eyes shine mischievously. She will bite. She will bite a little bit.
Unless you want me to.
Please don't. No, thank you. No biting, yeah.
Very well then, I'll be gentle. I'm going to take good care of you, Riven. Because you are very, very special to me.
Whoa. So saying, Freyja pulls down the front of her shirt, which you can't see, sorry, exposing her breasts. The moonlight, the morning sunlight shines across her bare skin, so it almost seems to glow. Well, you know how, chest glows, supposedly. I bet you know. You don't need to me describe that. Yeah, that you definitely can't see, sorry. On the other hand, there is some kind of text I don't need to skip, I think. My whole body twitches. My back jerks off the bed and Freyja laughs.
Ah, you're so cute, Riven. Your reactions are just like an innocent boy's.
Yeah, I was innocent up until a week ago, before I came here. Yeah, probably the meaning of the word has two meanings. I never before known a woman's touch, and yet, after spending all the time with Freyja, you'd think I have gotten used to it. Why then does her touch continue to excite me like this? I don't know. I mean, I'd be excited in your position as well, man. And I definitely would freaking not bother thinking, why am I excited? I'm so weak-willed. So am I, man, so am I. I guess it doesn't help that she's so pretty. Freyja's body is gorgeous, from her round dress to her firm fix, and her sing-song voice never fails to make me hard.
This is the most fun I've had in years. Are you enjoying yourself too?
But Freyja doesn't wait for me to answer, she responds for me, grinning triumphantly.
Of course you are.
Then she starts to giggle. Freyja. Yeah, that's the text I will not read for you. Yeah, that's still the text that you can't know. Yeah, I bet you know what's happening in the background anyway, so...
I wish I could keep you by my side forever, Riven. Then we could do naughty things together for eternity.
I would sign that contract right now.
I can bear the thought of going back to the army to be with Alma. 6 months just isn't enough.
Freyja pouts. She looks utterly childlike, for I know she's older than I am. It's amazing how she can look so cute. She's innocent, but she's incredibly left at the same time. That's a great combination, if you ask me. She's really full of contradictions.
You might get into trouble if I'm not there. I don't want that mean old Alma bullying you.
Yeah, you're not my mother, you know. Oh, I would not recommend saying that to a woman. My grandmother is in fact alive and well and living on my family's farm with my dad.
Isn't it a good thing that I'm not your mother, Fa? I thought you'd want her to touch you quite like this, right?
Good point. This really is embarrassing.
Now just lie back, leave everything to me. Your cute supervisor is going to give you a lot of super intense training.
I'm so pathetic. I lie down in bed that night, staring up endlessly at the ceiling. The curtains are closed and my room is shrouded with shadows. Memories from that morning flickered through my mind like sparks. Freyja's teasing smile. Her bare, unblemished breasts. Some other stuff you don't need to know about, but you definitely know. Gee. Some night I am. I turn over in bed, the spring creaking, and bury my face in my pillow. For of course this is my pillow, and this is my room. I should be back in the capital, training alongside the rest of my regiment. But for some reason, I caught Freyja's eye, and here I am now. Freyja says she wants to train me, but she just toys with me instead. Her touch is addictive, yes, and it would be a lie if I said it didn't feel good. But I can't while away my time here, steeped in a cloud of pleasure. How will that help me? This is all a waste of time. I have half a mind to write to Alma and ask if I can return to the capital, but... No, I won't do it, not yet at least. Freyja celebrated night for real. I'm sure if I give her time she'll be able to train me properly. This is just a test. That's all. She's checking out my resolve, but I won't waver. I need to stick at this a bit longer and then I'll finally be able to become a real knight. I'll make my parents proud. I just want to repay them for their kindness. I can't give up at the very first hurdle. I'm made of stronger stuff than it. Cheered by this resolution, I let my head fall against my pillow. In less than 5 minutes, I'm fast asleep. While I slumber, visions of Freyja's firm flesh and her cute face dance through my mind. But I try to disregard them. Why? It's not like I really enjoy all the attention she's giving me. Yeah, you do. Right? Of course you do. What is wrong with you? The following morning, Freyja doesn't awaken with an with stuff. With a surprise event. I have to wonder if my nighttime musings were correct after all. Is she finally going to start training me, like she promised she would? I sure hope so.
I'd be worried for.
If this keeps up, I won't need to send a letter to Alma after all. Cheered by this thought, I rise from my bed, put on my clothes and enter the kitchen. The table is set for breakfast. A bowl of porridge has been prepared for me alongside a loaf of rye bread and a jar filled with strawberry jam. Freyja's gone to the effort preparing me a meal. But she herself isn't here. I wonder where she went. Did she go out to train? Maybe she's telling me indirectly to grab up a need so she can teach me how to use my sword. Which sword for? I ponder these possibilities for a moment, one hand beneath my chin, but... I'm soon distracted by the low rumbling of my stomach. I guess I can worry about that later. Freyja made this food for me, and it would be a shame if I let it go cold. For now, I guess I should shut up and eat it. I take a seat at the legs of the chair squeaking against the wooden floor and pick up my spoon. Thanks for the food. I dip the spoon in the bowl of porridge, then bring it to my lips. The porridge is very firm and thick, but it is surprisingly light and milky. I sigh as it slides down my throat, savoring it. Shouldn't have used those words, man. For all her flaws, Freyja is a pretty good cook. What flaws? I bring another spoonful of porridge up to my mouth, lips parted when...
I'm really happy to hear you say that, dear. Watching you enjoy my food is one of my greatest pleasures.
Huh? My body feels hands suspended in the air. The porridge on my spoon quivers before falling back in the bowl with a soft splat. That voice sounds way too familiar. It could only belong to Freyja.
Ding ding ding, you get the point.
Where is she? Oh my god! That censorship is required! Ain't that beautiful? Freyja is beneath the table. I don't know why, like an obedient puppy, but whatever. She must have been there the whole time, but I never saw her. How? How do you not see someone being under the freaking table? I didn't imagine Freyja, Askartil, the famous female knight, would ever degrade herself by kneeling before any man's feet. But I was wrong. You know, if she's like that only towards, like, me, I would totally go after her. But if she was after some other guys as well before, I feel like that would change my mind a little bit. But whatever. I should know now, after spending so much time with her, that there is nothing Freyja won't do. What are you doing down there, Freyja? And more importantly, what are you wearing?
Oh, can't you tell?
Freyja grins mischievously.
I'm wearing an apron, silly Riven.
I know that's an apron, but... Exactly, the but. Other than the apron, she isn't wearing anything else. It's wide open. Wait. Wide in the open. Both statements are actually correct. Whatever. Freyja's breasts? Bare and bare? What are you talking about, man? They are clearly under the mate's uniform. Alright. The can of energy drink opened. Anyway. Which seems a little too small for her. I can see her cleavage when she bends forwards, her breasts pushed up together. This game is living the dream, to be honest. Okay, this kind of outfit is hardly military regulation. Who cares, man? Who cares? But Freyja looks amazing in it, man. No, she looks better than that. She's incredibly sexy. But this is no time to marvel at her body. This is ridiculous. Why are you dressed like that?
Well, I put on the apron while cooking. I didn't want to get on a porridge on my clothes.
But you aren't wearing clothes.
I was going to clean my clothes, but while I was cooking, I started to think about you, eating my food, savoring it, praising me. Then my mind wandered all the naughty things you could do to me. As you can see, I got a tiny bit turned on.
So you decided to strip in the kitchen?
That's right.
Freyja giggles, her head tilted to one side.
Cooking for you every morning, wearing nothing but an apron. It's almost like I'm your wife.
Okay. That's definitely on the list of a man's dream. Okay? That truly is, definitely is there. My wife. It's a good thing I don't have anything in my mouth, or I would spat it out all over the table. My face burning. You're laughing at all like a wife. Also, she's nothing at all like any other supposed girls in the country you live in. I'd say that's perfect. You got a unique person, damn it. Who's completely shameless.
And?
Freyja stares at me, her eyes challenging.
Is there anything wrong with being shameless, Riven? No, there isn't. Of course, the is. You're supposed to be a knight. What? Come on, man. I am a knight. But I'm a woman too, and I have needs.
Needs?
All sorts of needs.
Freyja leans forward, her breast shifting beneath her apron.
I think having too much shame can be a bad thing. One should never feel embarrassed about their body. Now just sit back and let me take care of you. You're looking awfully pent up this morning. But I'll relieve you of all your worries.
Hey, Freyja, wait, what do you... But I don't have a chance to finish my question. What a lucky bastard. Hey Freyja, this isn't right. It's too early in the morning. It's never too early in the morning for that.
It's precisely because it's early in the morning that we need to do this.
Need to.
That's right, there's no better way to start the day than with a bit of a light exercise. Just look at this as part of a training.
If you ask me. Best training ever. You're too insistent.
Maybe I am, but I can't help it. This is all because you're too cute, Riven.
I'm not cute.
Oh, but you are. To me, you're adorable. When I think about you, I can't help but feel hot. Why do you resist me so much? I know how much you like me.
I tried to look away, fueled by an almost childish stubbornness to prove Freyja wrong.
But her body is so sexy, I can't ever up and gaze. You're really naughty, but that's why I like you. Alma might have disciplined you harshly back in the capital, but I'm going to do my very best to undo all the damage she's done. I attend to you slowly, carefully, until I make you mine. You can eat my cooking, but I would rather eat you.
Damn, that's the line you want to hear from a woman. What are you, a cannibal? Not in that sense, of course.
Maybe. I guess you could call me a man-eater.
That night, I find myself standing outside Freyja's office. Today was yet another wasted day. After she stimulated me during breakfast, Freyja retreated to her office to get off some important work, as she termed it. She hasn't trained me at all, and it started to grate on my nerves. I don't know what you're complaining about. I don't want to write to Alma just yet, in case this really is some sort of test. I'd wait until the very end of those 6 months, man. But I'm reaching the end of my rope. I need to get some answers of her, before I go mad. And so I knock against the door of her office. Freyja, are you in here?
Oh my!
I hear a shuffling of papers, then a lilting laugh.
Is that you, my dear River?
Well, who else would it be? Alma is not that 3 matters. Freyja might be an expert knight, but not even she can see through doors. Would you let me in? I need to talk to you.
My talk, is it?
Freyja clicks her tongue.
Talking doesn't sound very interesting, but if you insist, I could never turn down the request from my cute apprentice. Come in, Riven. The door is open.
I push open the door at Freyja's behest, then enter the study. For I've been living Durdel for over a week, I've never been in Freyja's study before. I glanced around incuriously, examining the wooden desks and all the bookshelves. Freyja hasn't read all those books, has she? What if she did? If so, she must be smarter than she looks, and indeed acts.
So, Riven.
Freyja sits at her desk, her fingers stained with ink, a small smile on her pretty face.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her smile widens.
We're lying awake at night, unable to sleep. Do you need me to give you a helping hand so you can drift off with some truly pleasant dreams?
No, that's not it. I scratch my cheek with my finger, abashed. I can have been plucked with magic of Freyja as of late, in all sorts of compromising positions. I understand that guy. But it's not like I'm obsessed with her or anything. Going soon there. I just can't help it. I just want to know, I scuffed the wooden floor with the tip of my boot. When are you going to start training me properly?
Oh.
Freyja frowns, her head tilted to one side.
But it's proper training, Riven. Your body's getting a good workout, isn't it?
Maybe my lower part of the body is, but this can hardly be considered proper training. You're just didn't go through luck with me.
Oh, so you're saying you don't like what we're doing together?
But isn't it? It's not like I hate it, but this isn't what I thought we would be doing, not when I came here.
I suppose not, no. You young knights don't have much in the way of imagination. You're like potatoes, really.
Potatoes? Well, they are delicious, if you ask me. I scowl petulantly. Oh my god. Like a small child might. Are you making fun of me?
Maybe. But how can I resist when you pull such cute faces?
Freyja giggles, and I glow her. Hey, why can't you take things a little more seriously?
But I am being serious.
Freyja frowns, her expression unusually intense, her laughter evaporating in the muggy summer air. I just don't think you're
ready for any mock battles yet, Riven. You aren't strong enough.
I mean, technically, he freaking complains about not getting any kind of training and so on, right? But what does he do all day? I mean, she's with him like in the morning, right? And apparently she wasn't with him for the whole day, right? Now it looks like it's evening. What did he do? He could have just freaking go and train by himself somehow, right? Why wouldn't he do that? But then again, that's what eyes do, really.
First, you need to build up your stamina.
But I'll never be able to build up my stamina if you don't train me. Well, technically, you could build up stamina with what she does to you. But then again, you could have just go on a run.
I'm training you. This part of our tutelage is very, very important. Don't underestimate the power of sex.
Exactly. The power of sex. I frown, my brow furrowed. It's true. It feels pretty good, but I don't get it. It feels like you're toying with me.
Perhaps that's what you think, but that isn't true, dear Riven. I care about your training a good deal. I want to mold you into the perfect knight. But first I need to undo all the harmful lessons Alma has taught you.
Huh? What does Alma have to do with any of this?
Quite a lot, actually, you see.
Freyja crossed one leg over the other.
It's because you trained under a stern, uptight woman like Alma that you don't know how to appreciate the female form. Or how to feel comfortable with your own desires.
Okay, knights shouldn't have desires for. Bullshit. We need to focus on protecting the country. True, but come on, man.
I suppose that's something Alma taught you, is it? How boring. We were having friends once, but I can never approve her way of living. She's far too strict on herself.
You're her friend?
I was her friend, but I'm not anymore. We're much too different now.
Yeah, I can see that your philosophies of life are entirely dissimilar.
And that's putting it mildly.
Freyja laughs softly, but her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes. Is it just my imagination, or does she look almost sad? I mean, they were friends, of course you'd be sad.
Alma keeps all her feelings locked up inside. She stifles herself until she can hardly breathe. I wouldn't be surprised if she's forgotten what passion even is. I'll never be like her, and I'll never prove her way of living. I think it's worth to let loose and have fun. If you're not comfortable with your own body, be it while having some interesting activities, or on the battlefield, you'll not be able to be a real knight.
I don't know why I always try to avoid that word in the video. What? Why? Why am I doing that? I mean, I curse a lot. Way too much. Why am I trying to avoid this for the video? Whatever. That's what I'm trying to teach you.
That's what I'm trying to teach you. I want you to embrace all sides of your true self, so you can be happier and healthier. I know you don't trust me now, but this really is for your own good.
My own good, huh? I frowned, scuffing the floor with the tip of my shoe. I had hoped talking to Freyja would alleviate my concerns, but in fact it's done the opposite. Now I have no idea how I'm supposed to feel. Technically, you should listen to her, but because no matter how you look at it, it was already said that Freyja, despite Alma's great achievements, is a better knight, so I guess she's right about everything. After my talk with Freyja, I returned to my room. There I lay on my bed and stared listlessly at the ceiling. I'm sure the stars beyond my bedroom window are twinkling, but my curtains are down and can't take any solace in them. I feel exhausted, and yet again, I've yet to do any real fighting. Freyja spent all day teasing me. She hasn't taught me a single thing. Despite her pretty words earlier, I feel like my skills with a sword are degrading. Well, to degrade, you would need to have any skills. It's like she's trying to make a fool out of me. Almost right, Freyja might be a famous name, but she can be trusted. All she cares about is teasing me. I exhaled heavily, clutching my pillow tight in my both hands. Now I know what I have to do. I've given Freyja enough chances, but enough is enough. If Freyja doesn't want me to leave her side, I'll have to go behind her back. Huh? It's a bit underhanded, but if I stay here, my skills with the sword will continue to deteriorate. Then I won't be able to support my partners. Even parents. I have to leave before I go insane. You are insane, man. And this might be the only way to do it. Alma is stern, serious woman. She is a stickler for rules, and she insists that everything be done in proper manner. If Alma knew what Freyja's style of training entails, I'm sure she wouldn't agree with it. In fact, I think she'd be scandalized. If I write a letter to Alma explaining everything, she'll fly to my defense as soon as possible. Will she? Then she'll bring me back to the capital. Will she? It's a perfect plan. No, it's not. Now, where'd I put my parchment? You're retarded, man. What is wrong with you? This dude is crazy. I don't understand him at all. Anywho, let us end the episode over here, and we will continue tomorrow. For now, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.